Hello, it is I, Ramses the 800th, and we're finally back with weekly manga roundup. This is gonna be a bit of a short episode. We only really have three series to cover, but a lot of connotations. I'm using big words today. A lot of connotations for what happens in the future, and basically the end. Especially since we know what happens in the next chapter for Jujutsu Kaisen, but we're not going to talk about that right now. What we are going to talk about is actually Kagurabachi. So, like I usually do, I highly recommend reading the chapter yourself. I'm not going to go through this in depth. I'm just going to basically go over how I feel about them and what general overview, basically, and very simple stuff. But in this chapter, we get basically a trial for Chihiro. They're basically constantly like this council apparently worked with his dad a lot, so they're constantly asking him, oh, this guy doesn't look like him, this guy does, blah 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 blah, stuff like that. And they're basically trying to figure out what to do with Chihiro, with the fact that he has Enten, and with the fact that he wants to collect all the enchanted blades. And there is like a it's a trial, basically. It's like a weird trial, but it's a trial. They're explaining how the protective areas for the other wielders are very much hyper secure in order to protect both the blades and the contractors, to prevent them from being either taken or somebody convincing the blade wielders to basically turn on this organization. And it's a lot of trying to Chihiro trying, air quotes. He's not really trying, but it's a lot of Chihiro trying to go like, I understand that we're not really cool, but we're cool. There's this fun little scene where we see Haki. I can't remember their. I have to like get like a sheet with their names because I'm really bad at it. But basically, the guy with the new storage house, they tried to put some things into, like, basically try to like practice with the storage house, but it didn't end too well for him. Basically yesterday he just got his power, so we know this is literally the day after the whole auction incident, and we basically know that he tried it directly after and he got his power and he went all out in the same day that he got it, which isn't the best. So obviously when he tried to do it today, he kind of like overexerted himself, and we have them constantly trying to be like, oh, what did you do with Cloud Gouger, which was destroyed, and everyone's like, that's BS, it's bullshit, no one believes that. And this really cool scene for Chihiro where he's basically like, I don't want you guys asking. I don't want you guys asking about who I am. I don't want you guys. I don't care. Like right here, I'm through talking about my identity. All you have is my word. Because they keep asking him, "Oh, what's the proof that you're his kid? What's the proof that you're his kid? Do we did a blood test? Is it true? Is it blah blah blah?" And he's like, "That doesn't matter, because in truth, me saying it isn't gonna be enough. So right now, judge me by what I did. I stopped Sojo, I destroyed the Rakuzaki, and I claimed the Shinichi. Right? That he did do that. He did stop it." And they're like, yeah, I guess you're kind of helpful. And we have her vouching for him, basically going like, yeah, he won't kill anybody who doesn't deserve it. And then this this really funny scene where they're just like, oh, bro. But I don't know their name, but this guy with the sideburns basically goes, oh, there's an easy way to fix this. We'll just kill you, right? We'll kill you. We take the enchanted blade, and then we'll deal with it from there. And then everyone basically starts gassing up. They're getting ready. But then we get news that one of the enchanted blade wielders gets attacked and their fortress is destroyed. Is I don't know if this is running with water or blood, but if it's blood, it's pretty bad. And we also know that this guy's there, the finger fire guy. They say resembles a flame, but doesn't really. Whatever. I mean, interpretation, but whatever. We get another scene where they're like, oh, there's a lot of people who have the same energy as an enchanted blade. We cut back to one of the brothers and how he basically did like a amplification in order to meet the power of a sacred blade. And Chihiro brings up a very good point where it's, you're right. I'm gonna try to take the swords. I'm gonna take them back with me, and after that, we're gonna be enemies. But right now, you need all the help you can. And if you kill me and give Ent to another person, they're not going to be as skilled with it as I am. So I'm your best bet right here. I'm your best bet. And they're just like, fine. Like everyone's like, oh, that's definitely Rokuai? Huh? Roku, I don't know. That's definitely his kid, right? They say remove the cuffs. Basically like the sword bearer is alive. Good news. And your job is to keep him safe, right? Boom. Immediate next arc. Crazy. I thought when I was reading this, I thought when they said, "Oh, the sword bearers were attacked," I thought they meant all of them. I'm still in the worry brain of, oh no, the series might end. You know, I'm still in like the very much of being worried. But from what we can see, this is just like another arc with the sword with another sword wielder. We finally get to meet another one aside from Shoji, who can wield a sacred blade and he's probably wielded it for a lot longer than both of them combined. So that's going to be very interesting. We can see their skill. We can see how much they know. Hell, maybe this one might even turn on him. You know, it might be, oh, I want to go do my own thing, right? But no, there you go. That's the end of Kagurabachi for this week. Next chapter, we might get a perspective switch to this sword wielder, to the wielder of the enchanted blade, just so that we can know what this guy was doing. Like, how did he escape? Well, obviously we know he did, but we also get a scene of him. Let me go back a few. Right. One more. Where was it? Like scene of him. Yeah, right here. Of the enchanted. It was this guy, so or girl, I don't know. Of this person. So I believe we might get a perspective switch to this person in order to like see what happened. We're getting them running away. Or we might just cut to Chihiro and I think it's something with H. I can't remember. Basically running and trying to get him or her or them, trying to get them. So that's what I think. So that's basically it for Kagurabachi chapter 46. Next we have not I'm gonna save Jujutsu Kaisen for last. Let's go to Kaiju number. Oh, spoilers. Hold on. Let me go back here. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Here we go. The newest chapter of Kaiju number 8. So this is directly after the core was destroyed for Kaiju number 9. Kafka is basically like, boom, massive hit. We did it. And then like the cracking, clean hit, boom, 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 boom. Let's have a chat. So last chapter, I was saying a lot of, oh, I'm very surprised we never covered that weird flashback to the past. We didn't cover like the thing inside of his chest. We kind of got it, actually. We kind of did, but you know. But in this one, we very much do. We get a hard flashback, right? It's not really a flashback. It's more of like a like in JJK when you get to talk to somebody in like a weird realm when they die. It's like that, but it's a battlefield. Where's number 9? This is the mask of that one monster that we saw. Oh, I don't even remember what chapter that was, but yeah, where is he? What's going on? The mask's familiar. And then we get a tiny kaiju number 9. So this guy has been around for a while, and we find out how long he's been around, but right now, basically, he's talking about like, oh, humans are always so surprising. I'm always surprised, basically, that humans can keep doing the same stuff he was saying before, but he's basically saying, no, I lost. Like, no, you win. I won't be long before I disappear. My hopes are dashed. You and I have fought, and you have won. He meant Kafka. He meant Hibino Kafka, right? And then he's basically going like, yeah, I really did enjoy myself. You humans surpass everything. I admit defeat. And Kafka is basically on, you're lying, right? You're lying. If you're not lying, then what is that? What is that coming out of your body? What are those things? And all these crazy monster, like we know that inside of number 9 there was like a bunch of kaiju just like raging out, like going crazy in his body. So Kafka is now seeing it, and the kaiju inside of him is also reacting. It's really disappointing. My core being destroyed had upset my equilibrium. I will be reduced to a beast that only destroys. Yeah, there were countless kaiju inside of number 9. That's what they were talking about. And this is like a crazy. I didn't realize how crazy of a reveal this was until I actually did some searching. So humans did used to call what did humans used to call this again? If I recall, it was May. That's right. The Dai Kaiju of the Mei Rekai era. I think that's how you pronounce it. And that's the samurai. That's a thing. So if you're like me and you're a dumb American or basically someone who's not from Japan that doesn't know too much about Japanese history, the Mei Rekai era, right, was I believe if I remember my search right, 1655, 1655 through 1658. I want to say, I think, because I just did some searching. I did it very quickly. So so let's say that this guy is around now, is currently around. Let's just hypothetically speaking. So 1655 at the latest, minus what is it now? 2024? 2024, which it probably isn't in this world. It's really probably not 2024. This guy would be over 300 years old, almost 400. A 300-year-old kaiju. But that's just saying from when he was labeled the Daikaiju of the Meireka era. He could have been older than that. He could have been around for a while. He could be probably 500 years old, maybe even 400, but we don't really know that. And, Kafka is getting like this big flashback. We'll get back to this samurai again, or like I don't know, this previous Kafka. And then we get Kafka getting impaled. This is like a crazy cliffhanger, truthfully, because this is probably where his core is. It's very likely that he just got hit in the core and he's gonna get like fucked up. And he was in his rage state, which if he stays in it for too long, he might get corrupted by the kaiju. So right now, Kafka's in bad times. Like he's losing control of his body, his core is probably destroyed, and maybe number 9 is gonna go crazy while he dies, but I don't really know. I kind of hope, because like this has been like a really long fight. Like I want to say we've had like not just a fight between Kafka and number 9, but this entire number 9 final battle thing where it's like all the other Daikaiju, all the other monsters fighting all the other members of the core. So I kind of hope this is I hope this is like a final hurrah and we don't get like another giant monster we have to deal with. But if we do, it could be like a good way of getting everybody back and fighting this monster together. But we really don't know because we still need answers on what the hell is in Kafka that made him like this, and also that samurai guy. So we might get one more, big battle, and that's probably going to be the final battle. But apart from that, yeah, that's it for Kaiju number 8. We don't get another chapter for 12 weeks, for 12 days, I want to say. So, but now we talk about the one. Not this. This, perfect. Thank God I moved to this point. JJK. So, if you guys have seen the leaks of the next chapter that's also going to be releasing soon, you would know what happens directly after this. But for now, let's talk about what's happening now. We get a flashback, Yuta and Gojo in each other's bodies. What do you want to do with Sukuna's last finger? They're basically explaining a lot of Yuta's powers and how it works. Basically, say in this case, Gojo gives the arm to Rika. Rika eats the arm, and Gojo heals. Rika can no longer copy that ability because that's not how it works. You basically need that sacrifice in order for Rika to copy the ability. So Yuji snapped off one of his fingers, gave it to Rika, and kept his finger from being regenerated so that Rika can use Cleave and Dismantle. So yeah, that makes sense, And we get the biggest vindication I've had in a very long time. It said basically that was a bluff. The real finger is somewhere in this strewn up place. It hasn't even been It hasn't even been an hour since she woke up. And you saw the cover. Your girl's back. When I was reading the chapter, I was so happy because I was like, it makes perfect sense that she's here. It makes absolute sense that she's here. Sukuna is basically like on his last legs. Resonance is a very powerful attack. We know Sukuna, at least right now, is extremely weak to soul-based attacks. Resonance is like the perfect technique to deal with Sukuna as he is right now. And we get that resonance, boom, and Sukuna's like, damn, look at him. He's getting mopped right now. He's going, bro. He's like, damn, I couldn't even like see it. I couldn't open my domain. Can't miss attack. Uh, gotcha, you idiot. Yuji's like, yes, my friends, they're back. And then Yuji's basically wailing on Sukuna, not giving him a chance to breathe. Then we get this cool like, oh, you'll be the one who'll die. He gets his fist kind of sweeps past him. Boom, a double blow. With a temporal difference. He did the divergent fist right here. Oh my god, it's so cool. And then Sukuna, let's finish this. Your curse must end. Hard black flash directly into the gut, directly into the stomach. And look at this face. There's no coming back from this. He doesn't get like a rerun. He's done. Look at him. His face is fucked up, bro. Look how battered they are. And you know, bro. Now, like I said, I love doing these because it gives me like an opportunity to just like saying splurge is weird, but like just be happy with a series and talk about it and like gush. That's a better word. Just gush about like a thing. This is so cool. This is like a perfect fight. Like I like this perfect ending. Sukuna's just like rocked so hard with a black flash in his chest. Great, but and we also know, well, if you read spoilers, you know what happens directly after this. I'm not going to talk about that now because I want to wait until the chapter comes out. Talk about it next week, or yeah, next week. But this is the end of Sukuna, and I truly do not know what happens next. When I say next, I mean after next chapter, because if you know anything about next chapter, it has a very weird ending. So after next chapter, there should only be 3 left, 4 left, I think. So because it ends on the 30th, so probably like 4 3 chapters left. So I don't know where this is going because we probably get a few chapters of wrap up, I guess, but that's pretty weird. And now that we have all 3 back, because obviously this is going to be the end of Sukuna, he's probably going to get Megumi out. We don't really know what happens next, because if they all 3 of them come out and Gojo's dead, which is probably the correct answer, then we're not really gonna like, unless Yuji dies at some point, like in those 3 chapters, you know, we don't know. There's also stuff we don't know. We really don't know what Yuji's domain does. We don't even know what name it has, like, and we don't even know what the sure hit was. But I guess it was like a bluff domain in the sense of like Yuji popped it in order to basically keep Sukuna on his toes and constantly worried about the sure hit that probably wasn't going to come. So, you know, but like I said, this is a pretty short weekly manga roundup. There's not too many. There's not too many things to cover here. It's not like our big stuff. Next week, though, we're going to cover a few things. But as of now, that's pretty much it for weekly manga roundup, for at least for today. Very, very short video, but I enjoyed it. I hope you guys talk about the chapters that we did, what you guys think are going to happen next. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, you know, generic YouTube stuff like comment, share, subscribe. Tell me how I can improve what's going on right now. Tell me things you want me to cover next. If you want me to do more individual based chapter stuff, like I hyper focus on one chapter and go more in depth, or if you're okay with these generalizing videos where it just covers a few things, tell me in the comments. And I'd like to bid you all a farewell.